Hey guys, Rob here. Today's video, I want to talk about this here Naturehike pack that I picked up a few months ago and go over all of my camping gear loadout and everything that I bring with me on trail. All right, so this is the Naturehike Rock 60. It's a 60 plus 5 liter pack. The extra 5 liters would be this here mesh pocket. I ordered this from Amazon. It cost me around $140 because I wanted it shipped within the 2 days. I didn't feel like waiting a few weeks and paying the $100. The pack weighs 2.5 pounds and it is a framed pack. So it does have a metal frame inside here to add support and also help carry the load of your gear. So let's go over a couple of features on this pack here. All right, so as you guys can see, this pack is fully loaded. This is the way I would take it out on the trail with me. It's got all my gear in here. And my base weight, in case some of you guys are curious, my base weight is right at 18 pounds, and that's with everything. And if you want to add consumables like food and water, obviously the weight's going to go up, but I typically will carry food and water for 3 to 4 meals, which would be like a breakfast and a dinner, or like a lunch and a dinner or something like that. So I carry about 3 to 4 meals with me when I go out on an overnight, just in case I decide to stay an extra night and I need the extra calories. So food plus water, I'm usually right around 30 pounds, give or take. That's if I carry a couple of liters of water. Now, if I'm going into an area where I know there's gonna be water, I'm not gonna take as much. I'll probably bring 1 or 2 liters of water with me. So the backpack comes with some pretty good shoulder straps, very well cushioned, and really nice waistbands. The straps on these, the waistband and the shoulder straps are very, very smooth and easy to adjust. It's got load lifter straps here at the top, which is very nice to help adjust your pack. That way you're not feeling any pains. So far on this pack, I put in probably, I'm gonna say close to 100 miles on this pack so far, which is why I'm actually giving my thoughts on it, because I feel like I've carried it long enough and with a good amount of gear to voice my opinion on it as of now. So let's take this off of here. That's something that I added, does not come on the pack. This shock cord I added to here to help secure my water bottle when I'm walking. It's just convenient to have the water bottle right there. On this side, it has a pocket here. A lot of people complain and say it's useless. It's a little bit annoying because it's too high up. So when you're wearing the pack, it's just a little bit too high up on the shoulder, but you know, that's not a big deal. You can cut it off like some people do or leave it. I like to have it there because I put my gloves in here. I wear these UV, these SPF gloves a lot when I'm out, and I also keep a bandana sweat rag in here as well. And sometimes I'll stick my phone in there with the All Trails app, so that way I know where I'm going. Another thing I added to this pack was a bear bell, and the reason I did this is because I've spooked a lot of game animals on trail, and they've also spooked me, because as you know, as a hiker, you're kind of looking at the ground, watching your step. And out here in Florida, we have a lot of hogs and stuff, and they root up the ground, and it's easy to mess your ankle up or hurt yourself if you're not paying attention to where you're placing your steps. So this helps just alert anything that's around me. That way we don't have any accidents on the trail. Down to the waist straps, or the waistband here. It does have pockets here. The zippers are backwards, which somebody else had pointed out, which is a little bit annoying, but it's no big deal. What's nice is that the pockets have this little inside piece here, and I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but the pockets have this little inner side here. And what I do is I put my polarized clip-on lenses, I slide it right in there, and I haven't had any issues with that coming out. You could probably stick a cell phone in there too, or anything else, and it doesn't take away from the space of the actual pocket that comes on the waistband. All right, so now that we're down here, let's talk about the side pockets. Side pockets are extremely nice. The mesh is very stretchable and it just feels very high quality. I can fit 2 of these 1 liter bottles in here without an issue. It can also fit a 1.5 liter bottle in here without an issue. And I think you could probably squeeze a 1.5 liter and a 1 liter bottle in here and still be all right. The pockets are extremely nice. On the side here, we have this here webbing here, and it is clipped, so you can unclip it, and that way you can adjust for anything that you want to secure in the side pockets. This is not shock cord. This is actually like cordage, like let's say paracord, so it's not going to stretch or anything, which is actually pretty nice. It does have another clip here at the top, so now you have full adjustments on this. Another thing here on the front side here is that it has these trekking pole holders. These are really good. I've strapped my fishing rod to it or other things, even my walking stick I'll put in there. It's also got these loops here for your trekking poles and stuff like that. Pretty good quality stuff, I think. Really big mesh pocket on the front. I absolutely love this big mesh pocket. It's plenty big enough to hold all the stuff that you want on the outside, so that way when you stop you don't have to dig into your pack messing around trying to pull stuff out. So what I keep in here is, I keep a water bladder. I have a 3-liter water bladder, and this is in case I need to collect extra water and just have extra water on me. That way I don't have to keep going to a water source to fill up. I have a little sit pad. This is just a sleeping pad that I cut to size. This thing weighs like an ounce or less. And then I keep my hat. You guys have seen this in a lot of my videos here. I always wear this sun hat. It's really nice. All right. And then I keep my ridge line in here. We talked about this before. That way I always know where my ridge line is. So if I have to set up a tarp real fast for rain, it's always here. And then I keep some extra cordage. And this is for my water filter that we're going to discuss here in a second. All right, so moving along onto the other side here. This side pocket, I specifically keep my tarp here and my 6 Moon Designs carbon fiber tent poles or tarp poles. These things are awesome. It allows me to set up my tarp without having to have a ridge line or trees around. I can quickly deploy these. They're only 11 inches. They weigh together, this is 2 poles here, they weigh 5 ounces. So I keep that there. I keep some extra cordage for my tarp down at the bottom. And the tarp that I use here is the Light Outdoors. This is an 8 by 10 foot ultralight tarp. It's made out of sil nylon. It weighs 11 ounces. So I like that it's super light. It does need to be adjusted after it sits because sil nylon stretches a little bit, but that is not a big deal. Next items that I keep in here are the stakes. I keep these MSR groundhogs in here. These are fantastic stakes. Super glad that I upgraded to these here. But yeah, this is my whole kit right here, my whole tarp kit. I keep that on the side. That way, if I need to quickly set it up, it's right there. All right, another nice feature about this pack is these tie outs at the top. And they come with clips, so it clips in. And what this is nice for is because you can put stuff on the top of your pack and then you can latch it down and secure it so it's not going to go anywhere. And this is kind of like a guy line tensioner, so you can just pull it and it just pulls tight. And then if you want to loosen it, you just pull it right here, and now you can just loosen all this up and have space. I really like that feature on this pack. It has a pocket right here, which is nice. I keep my rain jacket in here. This is a Columbia rain jacket. Really lightweight, ultralight, I would say. It's less than a pound, I believe. I think it was only like 12 ounces or something like that. But really nice rain jacket. I keep it there at the top. That way it's one of those things that you got to quickly grab for rainstorms. This is a roll top design backpack, which is awesome because you don't have to completely stuff this thing for it to work. So I keep, typically my loadout here is probably about a 30 to maybe a 35 liter loadout. So I don't need that full 65. So I roll this thing down and I still have plenty of space. If I needed to bring extra gear, it'll still fit in this pack. So like I said, this is a roll top design pack. So it unclips from the sides there, just like you would like a dry sack or dry bag. And now you just unroll it here. And you see, look how far up this thing goes. Okay, so you could literally stuff this thing to here with stuff, strap it down, and you have all that extra space for gear. All right, so I had to move just a second ago because my camera overheated from being out in the sun. So let's go ahead and I'll continue on the video. Before I get into the main compartment, I did forget to mention a couple of things here. On the side pockets here, what I keep in this side, it's my bandana. I keep a pepper spray in here, and I keep a battery charger all fast access stuff, things that are important I don't want to be digging around in my pack for if I have to use them. And on the other side, I keep electrolytes. You guys saw this in my last camping video here, liquid IV. I keep one of these citronella bug repellent wristbands. These actually work, at least from my experience. I keep a hand sanitizer in here, and I also keep some off. This is actually from Sawyer brand off. And then I keep a little mini size cologne for when I get back to the car. I don't stink everyone up. I also carry a extra smart water bottle cap just in case I lose it or lose one of mine. I have a backup there. All right, so now we can move on to the main compartment with all the goodies. All right, let's go ahead and fold this over. All right, so in no real order, I carry my knife. This is my Gerber. You guys have seen this. It's got a fire steel on here. This is like my survival knife. I can make fires with it. And it also has a knife sharpener built into it. This is all custom stuff that I did myself. If you buy this knife, it does not come like that. I carry that with me. I've got a hygiene kit here. And this is gonna have, the reason I keep this in a separate bag too is because I can put my dirty clothes in here, things that take off, socks, underwear, stuff like that, and put it in here, and then that way it doesn't stink up the rest of my gear. I carry these Tag washcloths. These things are extra large. I mean, they're like the size of a sheet of copy paper. So, and they're thick, they're really nice, very nice cloths to wash up with. I keep my little DIY shovel here. This thing only weighs maybe an ounce or two at most. And then I keep in here as well, it's just the rest of my hygiene stuff. I have a toothbrush in here and a little like a concentrated mouthwash bottle, and I usually just pour that over the bristles on the brush and brush my teeth that way. I keep a little mini deodorant on me and some dental floss. This is a microfiber towel, and this is for sweat, or if I need to clean up, or if I get wet from the rain, I can use this to dry off or dry gear. This is a food bag, and it has food in it still from the last trip. This is all stuff that's like non-perishable, so I'm not too worried about it. I think this next item here is like one of my top most important items that I carry with me. It's a luxury item, and it's my chair. I absolutely love this chair here, and I will never camp or hike or do anything without it, because at the end of the day, or whenever you stop from carrying this big pack around for miles and miles and miles, I prefer to sit in a nice comfortable chair that I can just totally relax in and just let my back just chill out. So I will always have a chair with me. It only weighs 1.7 pounds, and it's worth its weight in gold in my opinion. Another thing I carry, this is a new item that I got not very long ago, maybe a month or two ago. This is the Grail Ultra Press water purifier, and this thing removes just about everything out there: heavy metals, chlorine, pesticides, hepatitis A, E. coli, the list goes on and on. Go check it out. I always bring this with me now. Another thing that's in my pack is my Lanshan 1. This is an ultralight trekking pole tent. What's nice about it is that if you don't have a trekking pole, or you forget your trekking pole like I did today, you could use a branch to set this thing up as the trekking pole, or you can tie the top of the tent off to like a tree or something. So it's pretty versatile, it's easy to set up. It only weighs, without any stakes or any cordage or anything like that, or extra cordage I should say, something that you might add, it's 1.8 pounds. And the way I have it with stakes and extra ropes for tie outs and stuff like that, this tent right now is right at 2.4 pounds. So pretty lightweight and very small and packable. All right, going on to another item here. This is another backpack, okay? And yes, I carry 2 backpacks when I go out. As crazy as that sounds. The reason being is because when I get to camp and I get everything set up, and if it's a spot that I'm gonna fish or something like that, I don't wanna carry this pack around, all right? I want something slim and minimal. And not only is this a backpack, but it's also a dry bag. So I can hang food with this if I wanted to. It's just super convenient to have. I'll show you guys what's in it now. So my food kit right here. That's my stove and everything, my pot. And then I keep electronics in here and just miscellaneous stuff. So I keep my lantern, my flex tail lantern, my thermocell is in here, extra pads, extra butane, a little bit extra cordage, not much. And then just like some battery, USB cables and some headphones. My cook kit, I keep fuel, obviously. I keep olive oil. I always have olive oil with me because it's very high in calories. 1 tablespoon is 100 calories, and as you burn energy on the trail, you need to replace your calories. So olive oil is great. I keep a MSR knife. It's a chopping knife, super lightweight, titanium spoon. I think this is a Tokes. And some more fuel. And then I keep a Tokes titanium 750 milliliter pot with a lid. And inside of this pot here, I keep my Loadout folding stove. It's titanium as well. And then I keep a Trangia alcohol stove in here. Also, I keep a little bit of wet wipes. This is for cleaning off my utensils and my dishes and stuff. And all this stuff right here fits nicely inside of this Sea to Summit dry bag. All right, next item up that goes with the cook kit is gonna be my titanium pan. This is, I believe by Loadout, if I'm not mistaken. There's no stamping on it, but I'm pretty sure I ordered this one from Loadout. And this has some handles on here, which is nice, so you don't burn yourself. And yes, it looks used, but it's not dirty. All this is completely like smooth right now. It's just burned. So I keep that in there because you guys know I like to cook when I'm out. I don't like to skimp out on meals when I'm out here. I think that you get the best meal when you're out camping and hiking. All right, I keep a mini ultralight GSI cutting board. This is a flexible one. It's small, it's about the size of my hand. That comes in handy. I keep a first aid kit here. This is a personalized kit. I went over this in another video. You guys could check it out. I'll leave a link to it. And then next item here is going to be another dry bag. And this dry bag is actually from Trekology. And I use this as my food hanging bag. So just because it really packs all the air out of it, and I feel like this is best to eliminate smells and scents and stuff in the air. So I put my food in here when I'm done cooking and stuff like that, and then at night, you know, obviously I'll hang it in a tree. This bag can also act as a inflator with this right here. You can connect this to your sleeping pad and inflate your sleeping pad. So let's go ahead and unravel this. Okay, this is actually a pretty large size bag, and you could probably even collect water in here if you needed. I was thinking about using this thing as like some sort of laundry bag where I can put water in here and maybe a small amount of disinfectant, clean clothes, or, you know, maybe some biodegradable soap or something, and give my clothes a wash. So at the top I keep my flex tail sleeping pad. You guys have seen that. I'll post some pictures for all these things. This sleeping pad here, yeah, I got a little hole in it, but this sleeping pad here weighs 1.2 pounds. So this is pretty lightweight, and at the time when I bought it, it was not very expensive. It was like 35 bucks. Fortunately, they pulled this thing off the market because I cannot find it anywhere. So sleeping pad goes in there, and then I have this Hike and Sure pillow. This is an inflatable pillow. It's kind of like a balloon inside, and it's got this really nice fabric on the top. This thing is pretty comfortable, and I keep just this is actually a sleeping bag liner, and I cut the seams on it, so now it's just like a sheet, but it's not as big as a regular sheet, and it's really lightweight. And being out here in Florida, especially like most of the year, you don't even need a sleeping bag because it's so hot. So I keep that as a just in case item. And then I have a little mini pillow here, and this is a pillow that I actually stitched up and made myself. And the reason being is because I could just never get a fully comfortable sleep on with like an inflatable pillow while I'm out. And I realized I need 2 pillows. So after I added this second pillow, when I go to sleep, it's lights out. You know, I sleep extremely well. And you know, it doesn't weigh anything, and it packs down and everything, so why not bring it? So one thing I forgot to mention about my water purifier is that I keep a Sawyer squeeze inside of it, and that way, if I gotta filter really gross looking water, stuff that's got a lot of sediment in it, stuff floating around, I can use this with a smart water bottle to pre-filter, and then I can run it through the Grail and filter it that way, and then have clean drinking water. Otherwise, you're gonna risk the chance of ruining the filter that this thing comes with, which is this right here. So if you clog that up, then your filter's not gonna work, and you're gonna have to replace that, but that's something you don't wanna deal with on the trail. So I keep a Sawyer squeeze in here just as a backup. And if you really want another backup, you could keep some water purification tablets in here, which is a chemical purifier, and then that way you know whatever you're drinking, it'll be safe to drink. So one last thing that I did forget to mention here is that on the bottom side of this pack, there is a zipper right here, and this does come with a really nice rain fly. All right, I did some modifications on this here, and I added this here shock cord. I sewed these orange tabs on, and what that does is it allows me to put the fly over the pack, and then I can secure it crossways so it's nice and tight, and that way water's not going to be able to get in, because it's the bag, this right here will be actually like wrapped over the pack itself. And I'll also keep emergency rain poncho in there, as well as a trash bag just in case I need to like use it as a pack liner. All that stuff is right there. So guys, with that being said, and my thoughts on this here pack, would I recommend it to somebody else? I think I would, especially if you can get it for around 100 bucks. I think it's definitely worth the money. Only thing is that I've carried this pack with like 38, 39 pounds of gear, and it was not very comfortable. So by getting the load down, the pack is a lot easier to carry and much more comfortable. So if you can keep your weight down close to that 30-pound mark or less, maybe even 35 pounds or less, I think that this is a really good pack for the money. The weight is phenomenal, you know, a 2.5 pound framed pack, and it's got a really nice curve here to allow airflow to get through there. And let me tell you, man, when your back is sweating and you just turn a little bit when that breeze kicks up and you can feel that cold air on your back, that feels really good. So I think the pack is worth the money. I would probably buy another one if anything happened to this. Time will tell. But all right, so with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. Guys, if you thought that the video was helpful, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Share the content if you're new, or if you know somebody that's new to backpacking. I really appreciate all the support you guys show. You guys have just been really great to me lately, and I'm super thankful for that. So till next time, guys, I hope to see you guys on the trail with me. Later.